So we actually headed towards UA High, where the evacuation residential area is actually at. But this is where everyone who was evacuated into these new shelters that look like exactly like the student dorms. So now everyone is actually prepared. However, we see two couples have actually given out, which they say that they got new orders because they're all now working for All for One, which we now knew that they're also working with the League of Villains, in which we knew how they say that fan the flames until the fortress had become uninhabitable and unsafe for Izuku. But back at the dorms, we see how they've gotten a break from their search. So now we actually get ready to see what they're going to do next. But we knew how they're going to figure out a way to find All for One. And then, which we see how Isuku tried to thank Ochaku from earlier, in which we see All Might actually appeared using his catchphrase, I am here, just like always, but in his real form. But now we actually knew how they're trying to come up with a strategy as their final plans for the final battle. So right now, everyone have given the details of what they're actually going to learn. In which the next day, we see how Dave also telling them that Shigaraki is going to make his move in 4 days. That's which we see how they're going to leave the school knowing that they're about to head out to the battlefield, in which their priority is to keep their citizens safe, in which they say goodbye to their loved ones and also everyone that who actually saved, in which we knew that this could be their final moment to be with them as they are preparing of what wars that might have actually going to happen, in which their future is actually guaranteed of what might the aftermath of their final battle is going to be, which in their makeshift fortress called Troy, we actually knew that they were going to face off against the League of Villains, and knowing how they are going to have their final moments all together. However, we see Isuku actually meeting with Ochaku, and he actually knew that he thanks her for actually stood up for him when the citizens berating him of being a target for All for One. But she actually thinking about the city in which we knew how Toga is actually in her head. But right now, we see how they're going to figure out what they're going to do after the battle. Meanwhile, we see how everyone else is actually talking about Todoroki's brother Toya. But he doesn't know about his brother, but we do know that if he defeats him, he might actually have dinner with him once this whole this final battle is actually over, in which All for One have now started the final battle. So now we knew what's going to happen. So we knew how this final battle actually begins with All for One have started it. So right now we could actually see how they're going to spend their final moments of defeating All for One. So we're going to see what's going to happen on the next chapter next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime Guy 300 saying sign out. Laters, and be safe.